Ever think becoming a pro goalkeeper is all about talent? Well, it's not. In today's video, we're breaking down 5 undeniable signs that will show you if you're truly ready to take your game to the next level or if there's something still holding you back. By the end, you'll know exactly where you stand and, more importantly, what you need to work on to get there. And the best part, these are skills that anyone can develop with the right mindset and effort. So stick around, because what you learn today could be that missing piece you need in your journey to the top. Before we dive into the signs, I want to say something. I was never a professional goalkeeper, even though I had a few chances here and there. And looking back now, I know exactly why it didn't happen. And trust me, it had nothing to do with my skills or lack of talent. There was one key area that I had completely overlooked, and it's probably not what you expect looking at me today. We will get to that later in the video, but for now, let's dive into the first sign. Have you ever wondered why some goalkeepers just seem to improve faster than others, even when they're not necessarily more talented? It's not magic, and it's definitely not luck. Let me tell you a story about a goalkeeper I used to train with when I was younger. This goalkeeper wasn't the fastest, he wasn't the most athletic, and to be honest, he didn't seem to have more talent than anyone else. But here's what made him different. By the end of every training session, when the rest of us were ready to head home, he was still out there facing extra shots, doing more drills, always trying to improve. When the rest of us were finished for the day, he just kept going, and I must say, it paid off. By the end of his career, he had played for big clubs like Manchester City and even made his Premier League debut against Arsenal. He played for Blackburn back when they were in the Premier League, and he earned 70 international matches for his country. He faced some of the best teams in the world like Spain, Italy, Germany, Portugal, and yeah, he did play against Ronaldo. And what's crazy is this guy wasn't born with more talent than the rest of us. He just outworked everyone, including me, day in and day out. And you probably know someone like this, right? The players who are always first to arrive and the last to leave. These guys, they don't just play football, they live it. It's almost like they're obsessed, but in a good way. You see, when you're truly obsessed with something, it doesn't feel like you're working. It's just who you are, it's what you do. And the goalkeepers who make it, they don't just show up for practice, they stay after, study their games, and replay every moment in their heads. And if you want to take your game to the professional level, that's exactly what it takes. The obsession to keep pushing when no one's watching. Alright, so we talked about obsession, living and breathing goalkeeping, right? But here's the thing. Obsession for goalkeeping alone isn't enough if you want to make it as a pro. You can have all the passion in the world, but without this next key ingredient, that passion won't take you far. Ever had one of those days where you just don't feel like training? Maybe you're tired, distracted by life, or just having one of those days where nothing feels right. Trust me, we've all been there, but what really separates the best from everyone else is discipline. Anyone can train when they're feeling good and motivated. That's the easy part. But the best goalkeepers, they show up on tough days too, also when they don't feel like it at all. And that's the difference. It's not just about talent, it's not just about obsession, it's about discipline. The ability to show up, put in the work, no matter how you're feeling. The good news though, building discipline is actually pretty simple. And it all starts with setting clear goals and writing them down. Think about where you want to be in a year, 2 years, or maybe 5 years. Maybe that's earning your first pro contract, maybe it's playing for a dream club, or it could be to be the #1 keeper for your local team. Whatever it is, your goal has to be something that really pushes you, something that makes you want to get better every day. And once you got that big goal, now you should break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. Maybe you need to work on your footwork, get more explosive, or to sharpen up your high dives. Whatever it is, write it down and make a training schedule around those steps. And maybe that means working out every morning before school or work to get stronger. Maybe it's taking 20 extra goal kicks after practice to improve your distribution. Or it could be to fit in 3 solo trainings each week to sharpen your diving skills. With a plan like that, you're no longer just hoping to improve, but you're actually planning for it. You just stick to your schedule no matter what, put in the work, and before you know it, you're improving bit by bit, day by day. So when motivation fades, let your schedule keep you on track, be disciplined, show up even when it's tough, and trust the process. Because in the end, discipline is what will make you a better goalkeeper. Oh, and by the way, if you want a step-by-step guide to setting up your own training schedule so you can train smarter and improve faster, even in your own backyard, just check out the link in the description. You'll join over 100 goalkeepers already taking their game to the next level. But for now, let's jump back into the video. All right, so we talked about obsession and discipline, two huge things that separate good goalkeepers from the ones who go pro, but even the most disciplined and most obsessed goalkeepers aren't perfect. Which leads us to our third sign. Earlier this season, we had a massive game against one of our biggest rivals. I was feeling confident, I made a couple of routine saves, a few tougher ones, and everything seemed to be going really well. Then, this happened. Yep. That's me fumbling the ball straight into the net. In my 20 years as a goalkeeper, that is, without a doubt, my biggest mistake ever. And to make things worse, we lost the game by 1 goal. I now had two choices. I could either let that mistake crush my confidence and stick with me for the rest of the season, or I could shake it off, learn from it, and come back stronger in the next game. Thankfully, I chose the second option, and honestly, it has led to one of my best seasons yet. The truth is, no matter how good you are going to make mistakes. Every goalkeeper does, even the pros. But what really separates the best from everyone else is how they respond to those mistakes. You see, the best goalkeepers in the world, they don't just brush off mistakes, they make sure they learn from them. So the next time you make a mistake, don't let it bring you down. Analyze it, learn from it, and let it go. Because the truth is, success is built on failure. The more you fail, the more you learn, and the closer you get to becoming a professional goalkeeper. Okay, so before I reveal the biggest reason why I never made it as a pro goalkeeper, let me tell you about one of the most important coaches I ever had. When I first started training with him, he was tough on me. I mean, really tough. There were days where I didn't even want to show up because I knew that he would push me to my limits every single day. But looking back now, I realized that was exactly what I needed. This coach didn't just see me as the goalkeeper I was, he saw me as the goalkeeper that I could become. And he wasn't going to let me settle for anything else. He believed in me even when I wasn't sure that I believed in myself. Something that we'll get back to a little later in this video. Nobody gets to the top on their own. Not me, not you, not even the pros you watch on TV. You could be the best goalkeeper in the world, but if there's no one there to see it, whether it's coaches, mentors, teammates, or even friends and family, how are you ever going to get noticed and reach that next step in your career? Having the right people around you is like having an invincible team working behind the scenes. These are the people who believe in you, push you, and sometimes open the doors you can't open yourself. Take networking, for example. I know it sounds like business talk, but it's just as important in football. Maybe your goalkeeper coach knows someone at a big club, or maybe a family friend has connections in the football world. These are the relationships that can help you create opportunities that your talent alone can't. But here's something very important. You have to be the kind of player people want to help. You have to stay humble, be coachable, and always show that you're eager to learn and improve. Because at the end of the day, nobody makes it to pro level alone. It takes a whole team. So take a good look at your network. Are there people in there ready to push you all the way? If not, it might be time to find someone who will. Now, before we dive into the sign that helped me from becoming a pro goalkeeper, I'd love to hear from you. Has this video helped you so far? Have you learned anything new? Drop a comment down below and let me know. It's a quick and easy way for you to support the channel and show me some goalkeeper love. All right, let's dive into the last and for me, most important sign that shows whether you have what it takes to become a pro goalkeeper. Remember that coach I told you about earlier, the one who believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. He saw something in me. He pushed me harder than anyone else. And honestly, he thought I had what it takes to go all the way. But even with all that, my talent, hard work, and a coach who had my back, there was still one thing missing, and that was believing in myself. You can have the best training plan, work harder than everyone else, and have all the right people supporting you, but if you don't believe in your own abilities, none of that matters. Because at the end of the day, the only person who can decide whether you make it to the top or not is you. Now, believing in yourself is huge, right? But there's still something else that you need to watch out for, and that's bad habits. Even the most confident, hardworking goalkeepers can get stuck if they're making the same mistakes over and over again. So if you want to make sure that you're not falling into these traps, then check out my next video about the 5 goalkeeping habits that might be holding you back. Trust me, you don't want any of these getting in the way of your progress.